Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're filming my May monthly anti-haul. So if you guys want to roast some makeup products with me, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do post quite often, so highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. I know what you're thinking. Karen, what is that on your eyes? Tell me right now before I burn it all to the ground. It is actually one of the palettes from the Lethal Cosmetics and Avatar: The Last Airbender collection. I did 4 looks with the 4 palettes, and that video should be up already, so I will link it down below for you guys. But I'm feeling myself, so I figured I need to get at least another video out with this look on. So everything on my face, I will link down below for you guys. And like I said, if you aren't in my channel, every month we sit down and just roast some makeup that launched in the previous month. I do buy a lot of makeup. I'm kind of a review channel in case you didn't figure it out. So I do talk a lot about new releases, and I know that that can get a little bit overwhelming. And I know some of you are on low buys, you're on no buys, you're trying to be smart with your dollars. And honestly, I kind of miss anti-hauls. I do. I wish more people would make them, because I think they're fun and they're helpful. And if you like to consume beauty content, but you also don't want to buy stuff, these are fun videos. So let's go ahead and try and get more people to make anti-haul videos, because it's so fun to hear people roast makeup. Also, I do have my June monthly giveaway. Link is in the bio. My last giveaway of May, I had 75 entries, which I feel like is pretty cool. But I feel like you guys get on it. Get on it. Win some free makeup. I got so many lippies from Sigma. Definitely going to include some for you guys in June. So the chances are pretty good. So go ahead and enter if you haven't already. Okay, so let's start off with something I would buy if I had extra money just hanging out in my bank account. It's the Lisa Aldridge Melting Lip Colors. So these are basically a tinted lip balm, but they look so beautiful, and you know that Lisa Aldridge just makes like such beautiful elevated products. So I would totally get these, but I don't need another lip balm. Clarence just sent me some beautiful lip oil balms, and those are wonderful. I do like the shades that she came out with though. Sweet Fig, Metropolis, Red Curve looks beautiful. I'm just trying so hard not to buy lip products, so I did go ahead and skip on these. It was hard though. It was hard because I think they're so beautiful. Another thing that I had a hard time saying no to is the Profusion Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection. I really do like Profusion's quality. Don't get me wrong, I have a lot of their products, but I just splurged on the Natasha Denona Golden collection. So I had to go ahead and pass up on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collection. And I probably just have to be a little bit mindful of what I'm buying this month, because I feel like I've been buying so much from Sephora because it's all so interesting to me. So I had to cut this out of the selection, and I'm bummed because I do love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I wish Glamlite would have done this collab instead of Fresh Prince, because I mean, I have fond memories of that show. At the end of the day, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was my jam for so long, and I still love the show. So I wish that they had like done this instead. And I also probably would have bought this over the Fresh Prince if they were both from the same brand. I just had to say no because it is drugstore makeup, so I most likely will buy it, show it on here a couple of times, and that'll be that. Whereas the Golden palette, I could see myself using over and over again. So for all of those reasons, I had to make the difficult choice to pass on it, but I think it's so cute. Okay, this I was really curious about. It's the new moisturizing broad spectrum tinted mineral sunscreen from Fenty Beauty. It is a SPF moisturizer that plumps skin with hydration, visibly boosts skin elasticity, and protects, reduces the appearance of pores, dark spots, fine lines, wrinkles, blah 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 blah. We've got 10 shades. This is also refillable, which is nice. Now I have the Supergoop tinted SPF, so I did go ahead and pass on this, but I do love that they offer 10 shades. I feel like it's gonna work for a wider variety of skin tones. Easy pass for me on this Tarte Creaseless Under Eye Loose Setting Powder. I feel like I've definitely bought more setting powders than you would think somebody with dry normal skin would, but I do love powder. I love setting my under eyes because I feel like it helps my concealer kind of stay put. So I do use powder under my eyes. Sometimes I use it all over my face. I do prefer a more natural matte finish when it comes to foundation. So if I'm looking very glowy, I like to tone it down with a powder. And I've been loving the one from One Size. I just bought the shade Ultra Peach. So hopefully I can just like skip on powders for the rest of the year because I also really like the one from Lunar Beauty. I bought the one from Hourglass. Like I bought way too many powders. So that was an easy skip for me as well. These I'm low-key curious about, but again, I'm on a quest to not buy lip colors, and there is an orange in this collection that's kind of tempting me, but hopefully I can just stay strong. So these are the new Dramatique Mega Lip Pencils from Pat McGrath, and these are a lipstick with the convenience of a pencil. The slim tip allows you to define, shade, and shape the lips. Weightless feel, long-lasting, non-drying formula. Comes in 12 shades, $29 each. So I could probably maybe wait for a sale or something instead of splurging on full price. But I do think that some of the shades are very fun. Like that orange shade looks very, very interesting. Okay, so we had a lot of blush launch this past month, but I did skip on the new shades of the dual-ended blush sticks from Makeup by Mario. These are some really beautiful colors, especially the shade Pomegranate caught my eye because it's a rich berry shade. I did try this formula. I think at the time I wasn't that invested in it. I thought it was just okay, but I would love to try this formula out again to see if I change my mind about it because I just have more experience with cream products now. So I think I would do a better job using it. So I think someday I might try one of those cream blush sticks again, but for now, it's an easy skip. Okay, I really want to smell this fragrance, and I think Fleur has figured it out that they don't need to launch their newest fragrances at Sephora. It's probably a way for them to sell more because I don't think they're available at like retailers, at least near me. Like there's nowhere I can go and smell their newest fragrances unless it comes to Sephora. Like there's no Fleur boutique I can go to. So I'm a little bit bummed, but I really didn't like Strawberry Letter that much. Like it's fine, but I'm not gonna wear it. It's very strong. So I kind of regret it. So with this new Soft Spot, it says it's supposed to basically smell like skin. And sometimes I like very kind of mild fragrances like that, but that's not descriptive enough for me to like envision what this smells like. And even though the travel size is $29, I feel like that's a lot of money. Like I could buy a blush with that instead. And so I decided to go ahead and pass on it. So let me know if you guys have smelt this or bought this. Also let me know if you know if it's coming to Sephora because I've checked a few times, but I haven't seen it, so I'd love to know if anybody knows, if they've mentioned it somewhere. Okay, this collection is so cute. So it is Kitsch and their collaboration with Bridgerton. I know they did round 1. I think this is round 2. I love their Pillows Crunchies. I low-key want to grab a set of them, even though like the ones I have, I think I have 6 of them. There's nothing wrong with any of them, but these colors are so cute, so I kind of want them. They also have a hair towel as well as pillowcases. Adorable collection. I did skip on it for now, but listen, again, if I come into contact with a money tree, I might pick the Pillow Scrunchies up because they're so cute. Okay, so like I said, we had a lot of blush releases in May, but I did go ahead and skip the new ones from House Lab. So these are the Color Fuse glassy blush bombs that can be used on both lips and cheeks with skincare actives like fermented arnica. So I do love the powder blushes that they repackage from House Labs. So I feel like that would be an indicator that I would go for these ones. But the formula kind of reminds me of what the milk ones are, the jelly ones. And I have one of those and it's fine. But these were like $34 and they came out around the same time as the Kosas ones. So after for the Kosas ones, I have posted a reel with my experience of the Kosas blushes. But yeah, I wasn't really drawn to these. I mean, I like the colors. I love that they came out with so many options. But I am trying to stay strong because like I said, I'm trying to buy a little bit less from Sephora because I feel like I've spent so much money in the first half of the year there. Okay, so I'm not one to be all about brow products. I know brows are like a religion. For some people, I feel like I was gifted with decent brows. They're very hairy, they're very bushy, you know, first world brow problems, but I don't spend a lot of time like agonizing over products that go in my brows. So I wasn't really drawn to this brow lamination from e.l.f., but it looks interesting. I just like that e.l.f. makes decent products at a decent price point. Everybody needs that. So if you guys have tried out the e.l.f. brow gel, let me know. Next is another blush launch that I definitely wanted, but unfortunately this brand is based, I think, in Italy. They're European. So they do get stuff to Ulta, but I haven't seen these blushes at Ulta, so I can't, I mean, it's not that I can't buy them, it's just I prefer not to buy stuff internationally if I can avoid it. Again, I am a full-time mom and full-time YouTuber as well with a part-time income, not even, would I call this a part-time income? I don't know, it just fluctuates so much, so I do have to be a lot more careful about how much I spend on makeup. I never want to like dig myself into a hole because I use this stuff to pay for my beauty supplies and things I pick up for my channel, but I don't want to ever overextend myself. And when I was working and I wasn't a stay-at-home mom, it wasn't a big deal because I would just use whatever money I was making from my corporate job, but now I don't have that as a cushion. So I have to be more careful. So I try not to like spend too much on having stuff shipped to me and things like that. So I did have to pass on these blushes from Nabla, but the colors are so beautiful. So these are the close-up blurring powder blushes. There's 6 shades and I'm not gonna lie, that darker nude shade and that red looks so beautiful. So it's on my wish list for like someday, but it's not gonna be anytime soon. I contemplated buying this Wet n Wild foundation because I had their Photo Focus, one of those foundation lines. They had like a dewy one and like a matte one, and both of those were good and they were like under $5 and they were really good foundations. I think I very recently decluttered those. So I've had good experiences with Wet n Wild, and they just launched the Bare Focus Niacinamide Skin Tint, and I was curious about it. It's $8.99 and we have 27 shades, but this one kind of came at the end of so many brands launching new foundations. I think I bought like 10-ish foundations at the start of the year and we're only 6 months in. So I decided to pass on it, and yeah, I don't know. Will we ever know if that Wet n Wild foundation was good? I guess for now the answer is no. Here is quite possibly the ugliest palette I've ever seen. I have heard in the comments that this is smaller and it somehow makes it cuter, but these colors were a choice. I mean, I'm all for rainbow, I'm all for celebrating pride, all of the things, but I feel like there were better ways to make this palette come to life. I kind of wish somebody had bought this. Maybe I haven't looked on TikTok, so maybe that's why I haven't seen it, but I kind of wish somebody had bought this just to like review it because I'd be so curious. This is the Love is Love All Over Face palette from Danessa Myricks. It's limited edition, $65. I did go ahead and pass on it because I just have so many beautiful indie multi-chromes that I didn't think it was going to be worth it for me to pick up. Okay, it's a different day. I'm filming the rest of my May anti-haul. This look is Testing New Makeup episode 22. If it's up already, I'll link it down below for you guys in the description box in case you're curious about how I got this look. Now let's get back to roasting some makeup. So this is the new Sundrip Luminous Liquid Bronzer from Cali Ray. I don't understand how they thought that just launching this product in one shade was a good idea. Let's be real, the swatches they gave us, the darkest arm is probably like my skin tone or maybe even lighter than mine. So it's 2024. Like, what are we doing here, brands? I don't have time for this. We have Lip Sketch Hydrating Lipstick plus Lip Liner Crayons from Ilia. These are a really cool concept because it's a pencil and it's a little bit of a thicker pencil. So from what I can tell, it's thicker than a lip liner, but it's not as thick as a lip crayon, but it does both. So you can use it to line your lips or you can use it as a lipstick. I really love the shades they came out with, and honestly, if I wasn't trying super hard to not buy lip products, I would be curious about this, especially that beautiful vibrant like red orange shade. There's also a beautiful kind of brown looking shade, like a rusty brown. So shades that I'm super into, but for now I'm gonna restrain myself and pass on these. I also almost bought the ColourPop and Pokemon collection, but I'm not really into Pokemon, and I knew this was going to be a frenzy. People were going to be like on the website refreshing, trying to get a hold of this collection. I will say they did do a good job of keeping this in stock for quite some time, so maybe this isn't as popular as I thought in my head, but either which way, it looked like a really fun collection. We had a beautiful eyeshadow palette, a nice big colorful eyeshadow palette. Usually has my attention. But I will say one thing that is a great part of doing this job, being a creator, is I do get sent eyeshadow palettes. And right now I have enough work to do and I'm so content and I'm just wanting to enjoy the beautiful palettes I already have. So I decided, after going back and forth a few times, adding things to my cart, taking them out, that I was going to go ahead and skip this. But if you guys tried this, let me know. Did you like the eyeshadow palette, or was it just a big rainbow palette that looked really pretty but wasn't actually functional for y'all? I'm very curious to know. You guys know we have to roast Chantecaille. Poor Chantecaille, they can't catch a break. This is their Sunstone collection, and I'm guessing this is like a summery launch because it's got these beautiful bronze tones. So we've got the Sunstone Real Bronzer for $82. The Radiant Blush is $75. The Lip Sheer is $36. So very pretty. I feel like I pick on Chantecaille a lot, but they're just like the luxury no makeup brand. I mean, this model looks beautiful in this image, very natural. You know, the eye makeup is very minimal. The blush is barely there. The bronzer is barely there. The lip shade is barely there. It's just not my vibe. I don't think that I'll never do that kind of makeup. I mean, every once in a while I do like to have a sheer look, but it's not something that I actively pursue. Like, I prefer to look like a colorful happy clown, as Angie would say. Okay, next we have the summer collection from NARS. So this is the Seductive Summer Collection. Now I did pick up 2 of the eyeshadow sticks because I was very curious to see if I could use them as an eyeshadow base, but I did not get the Ultimate Face palettes. These honestly look like beautiful bronzy palettes that were gonna make you look like a tan goddess. I think that if I had the makeup style I had when I first got on YouTube, I would be all over this. I mean, I've purchased these NARS palettes before. I think they're lovely. The deep skin tone one has the most beautiful orangey color called Tan Lines. It just looks so glowy, and the highlighter called Weekender looks beautiful. So definitely some gorgeous shades here. I do wish they had made one for the in-between people. Like, I feel like this is really nice for like medium and light skin tones, and then the deep one looks like it would be really good for somebody with a deeper skin tone than me. But I feel like the deep one is a little too deep and the light one is a little too light, and I would never buy both of these. So just something that I observed from looking at these. But oh my gosh, they just look so summery and gorgeous, and I feel like you would look like a glowy tan goddess if you got one of those palettes. Okay, so I never got into the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I think it's supposed to be a dupe to the Dew Glow from, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the brand. Glow Recipe, the Glow Recipe Dewdrop Primer. I think they came out with this right about when it was popular. So now they have a collection. So they have a lip oil, a glow stick, a primer, of course, and then you can get the whole thing as a bundle. I know a lot of people were very sad that this primer was limited edition, but I believe they bought it back as a permanent product this year, right? And now they have a lip oil as well as a glow stick. I will say the lip oil is definitely not my color, but I think it's so cute to see brands do like even more things from something popular. Of course, you never want to go overboard like NARS or Charlotte Tilbury, but I think it's fun to see them expand it a little bit because obviously people are interested. We also have probably one of the laziest things that I've ever seen Pat McGrath do. And let's be real, we've been following her for a while, so she's done a lot of lazy things. And this, to celebrate May 4th, was pretty pathetic. So basically, she created new kits of her existing Star Wars collection, like those 5-pan palettes. And then we have this Darth Vader bag, I guess. I think it looks kind of like a kid's lunchbox that you scored at like the Dollar Tree. I would love to know if anybody actually bought that. Like, I want to see that thing on camera. I want to see it in video. She also wanted to charge you like $420 for this whole thing. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty disappointed in where Pat McGrath is heading. I would like somebody to take over the ship, steer it back that way. I have mentioned this, that I've seen you guys say that she doesn't own the brand anymore. I don't know if they're just using her brand to like create more and more without her, but I can't imagine like a makeup artist giving up their name. Like brands that sell, like, you know, Becca Cosmetics sold to Estee Lauder, or any brand that like sells their brand name. But like, I can't imagine like if I had a makeup brand and then I sold like KARENHARRIS to somebody else, because that still is tied to me. Like even Bobbi Brown, like how she has Jones Road now, but I feel like Bobbi Brown's always going to be a part of Bobbi Brown. So even though she's probably not in charge of coming up with the decision making for future products, I feel like it still ties back. So I don't know. I haven't taken the 10 seconds to Google if Pat McGrath owns Pat McGrath still, but I mean, I don't think you guys would make that up, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, pass. Hard pass. Okay, this I think is so cool. I just don't need more brushes right now, but actually that's a lie. I can always have more brushes. I just can't spend $175 on brushes. So Danessa Myricks did a collaboration with my Kitco. I believe they're like a professional artist brand that makes brushes. So she did my starter edition, detail edition, eye edition, face edition, and then you can get the ultimate set as well. This is just so satisfying to look at. Some of these eye tools look really, really beautiful. And if I wasn't trying to save money right now, I probably, like if I had a money tree, definitely buy the whole thing. I would spend the $450 and buy the ultimate edition, but that is not the life I live. So I'm going to have to love it and leave it. So we're anti-hauling it for the month of May. Okay, I'm low-key curious about this Refi concealer, but I feel like I wouldn't like it. So this is a brightening and blurring serum concealer, which I like more creamy concealers. I like a full coverage concealer or a medium. I'm not a big fan of serums, so I did decide to skip on this, but it is a hydrating, brightening, and blurring concealer that applies like a serum and has a light to medium coverage to even your skin for a natural glow. $26. I did recently get the Refi summer set, so I'm very excited because I haven't tried any of their makeup, I think. So very, very curious to, you know, just see what I think of the brand. They definitely come off as one of those like effortless, like makeup, I don't wear makeup kind of brands. So we'll see what I think about them, but they came out with some really fun, like corally colored things, so I did grab that. You guys know there's a blush demon that lives inside of me, and so the fact that I said no to these Match Lumi Le Liquid blushes from L'Oreal could be pretty shocking to some of you. I did see these on the Ulta website and I was so curious, but I decided to hold strong because it is a drugstore product and I'm sure it's wonderful. I can't say that I've seen anybody talk about these, so maybe I should have gotten them just so we could all find out together. But I decided to skip it. I love the shades and I just love that drugstore is coming out with liquid blushes because, you know, that's one of my favorite things. So happy to see it. Okay, also that is it for my May anti-haul. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, let me know what products you really wanted but you decided to pass on in the month of May. Do you regret it? Are you happy with your choices? Let me know in the comments. You guys know I love chatting to y'all. As always, I just want to remind you I do have a monthly giveaway. It's in the description box of this video if you want to go ahead and enter to win a box of goodies from me to you. Just saying thank you for all the love and support every month, day after day, year after year. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and I will talk to you in a new video very, very soon. Bye, friends!